Good afternoon. Namaste सबैजनालाई. This is Rajat Acharya, Marketing Lead at Agile Solutions Private Limited. Thank you all for joining us in this webinar. हाम्रो audience-हरु join गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ. जति आइसक्नु भएको छ हामीले ढिलो नगरिकन इभेन्ट स्टार्ट गर्दैछौं. So केही महिना अगाडिदेखि नै Agile Solutions ले different business problems, different challenges हरुलाई आधार बनाएर अनि different industries-हरुलाई टार्गेट गरेर विभिन्न टेक्नोलोजी फोकस्ड इभेन्ट्सहरु अर्गनाइज गर्दै आइरहेको छौं हामीले यहाँको लागि. आज उपस्थित हुनुभएका सबैजना नभए पनि धेरै जसोले यहाँहरुले हाम्रो अघिल्ला इभेन्ट्सहरुमा पनि पार्टिसिपेट गर्दै आउनु भएको छ. धेरै जना फ्यामिलियर फेसेसहरु पनि हुनुहुन्छ ऑडियन्समा. सो त्यसको लागि पनि थ्यांक यू भेरी मच फर योर कन्टिन्युड पार्टिसिपेसन इन आवर इभेन्ट्स. यति भन्दै मैले आजको वेबिनार स्ट्रेन्थन योर बिजनेस डिसिजन मेकिङ विथ जेट रिपोर्ट्स, जेट एनालिटिक्स एन्ड पावर बीआई हाम्रो इभेन्टको टाइटल रहेको छ. The event is organized by Agile Solutions Private. Thanks. Okay. And so as I was saying, हाम्रो event को objectives चाहिँ usually हामीले organizations हरुलाई digitally technologically empower गर्ने चाहिँ हाम्रो major objective हुन्छ. So the whole point of event and whole event will be focusing around that particular area, right? And don't worry, since you have all already registered once, हाम्रो next event जुन चाहिँ August 16 मा हुँदैछ यसको second session, त्यसको लागि चाहिँ तपाईहरुले फेरि register गरेर राख्नु पर्दैन. So for that we will be sharing you the another joining link later, right? This is later this week. So that's that. And before we dive into the session, quick guidelines हरु मैले दिन चाहे आजको इभेन्ट को. Since we are using this GoToWebinar platform, this your mics तपाईको mic र camera चाहिँ it has already been muted, right? And if you have any questions, you can note them down or you can write them to us using the chat option that you see on the screen. And this is a recorded session, so just lay recording. छुटाउनु भयो अथवा केही issues आइराछ भने उहाँहरुलाई चाहिँ हामीले recording session चाहिँ after the event we will be mailing it to you, so there's no worries. And we will obviously have a Q&A session at the end, just like तपाईहरुले आफ्नो questions हरु queries हरु चाहिँ you can always note them down and write them to us. अनि हाम्रो speaker हाम्रो एक्सपर्टले चाहिँ त्यो क्वेशनहरु चाहिँ एड्रेस गर्नुहुन्छ. अनि अर्को एउटा क्विक गाइडलाइन्स त होइन तर क्विक नोटिस दिन चाहिँ प्राय सबैले नेपालीमा इभेन्ट गर्दा कम्फर्टेबल फिल गर्नुहुन्छ हैन, तर हामीसँग बाहिरबाट स्पिकर पनि जोइन गर्नु भएको छ. सो फर हर अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङ एज वेल हामीले चाहिँ इभेन्ट इंग्लिश र नेपालीको मिक्स नै गर्नेछौं. यहाँहरुले क्वेशन्स राख्दाखेरि पनि इंग्लिशमा च्याटमा राख्दिनुमा चाहिँ मैले अनुरोध गरेँ. So yeah, we will begin the event with an introduction to Agile Solutions and Insight Software. जो अडियन्समा नयाँ हुनुहुन्छ र हाम्रो इभेन्ट फर द फर्स्ट टाइम अटेन्ड गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरुको लागि कम्पनी ब्याकग्राउन्ड दिन चाहन्छु भने. त्यसपछि मुभिङ अन वी विल बी लुकिङ एट सम अफ द मेजर च्यालेन्जेस that companies are facing on a basis report. We'll be learning about how Insight Software's Jet solutions are helping to solve these challenges. So the value proposition and overview of the solutions that Insight Software is offering. And towards the latter half of the session, we will be presenting you with a live demo of the reports and dashboards that can be built using these solutions. And of course, as I mentioned, finally, we will have the Q&A session where we will be hearing from you and your insights and your opinion as well. So first up, let me introduce you to Agile Solutions Private Limited. Just lay हाम्रो event usually participate गर्नु भएको छ उहाँहरुलाई त खासै इम्पोर्टेन्ट नहोला. But for those who are new in the audience, हाम्रो Agile Solutions Private Limited, established in 2008, is a business solution provider company. Right? We have been in operation for 13 years, more than 13 years. हामी धेरै वर्षदेखि Microsoft, Insight Software जस्ता ग्लोबल पार्टनर्सहरुसँग अफिसियली नै सोलुसन्सहरु नेपाल मार्केटमा चाहिँ ल्याउँदै आइरहेका छौं. We have been in operation, let's say, our projects have been across 5 countries beyond Nepal पनि भन्नु पर्यो. अनि हाम्रो successful implementations हेर्नुहुन्छ भने मार्केटमा more than 150 यो चाहिँ ranging from हाम्रो ERP solutions, cloud solutions, business intelligence, customer relationship management solutions चाहिँ हामीले client हरुको लागि चाहिँ implement गर्दै आइरहेका छौं. र हाम्रो track record पनि निकै impressive रहेको छ. हाम्रो solutions we deal गर्ने भनेको primarily ERP, CRM र business intelligence हो. ERP र CRM को कुरा गर्दा is based out of Microsoft को Dynamics 365 and business intelligence मा चाहिँ we are official partners of Insight Software. र चाहिँ हामीले मार्केटमा Jet Analytics, Jet Reports र Power BI को चाहिँ एउटा कम्बिनेसनमा solutionहरु provide गर्दै आएका छौं. So हाम्रो more than 13 years को track record मा चाहिँ हामीले different industries, different clientsहरुसँग हामीले provide गरिसकेका छौं सर्भिसेसहरु. So यति भन्दै मैले चाहिँ हाम्रो स्पिकर आजको who is Miss Michelle Lee. And let me introduce you to her. Right. So Michelle Lee, she has joined us all the way from Singapore today. She is currently the general manager at Dynamic BI Asia, a part of Insight Software. She is a vastly experienced business professional with over 10 years of experience working around the Jet reports, Jet products and solutions. I'm sure you will enjoy hearing from her as she guides you through the latter half of the session. So, सुरुमा हाम्रो implementation experience, हाम्रो portfolio-बाट सुरु गर्न चाहिँ. So as you can see on the screen, हामीले नेपालको भनौं न different industries, different sectors-हरुको different companies-हरुमा BI चाहिँ implement पहिला गरिसकेको छौं. So यसलाई आधार मान्दै let's move on to the common reporting challenges that companies face अहिलेको टाइममा चाहिँ. So when we say business intelligence, and one aspect जुन चाहिँ always सँगसँगै आउँछ business intelligence को, which is reporting, right? So 7 out of 10 companies usually struggle to manage and take advantage of their organizational data. These are financial data, operational data, or different department, different system, or data manage garna ra meaningful insights generate garna usually company they find it very, very difficult. Data so importance body scenario this becomes a huge responsibility for companies and especially for the technical team. राम्रोसँग data manage गर्न नसक्नु report generate गर्न नसक्नुले चाहिँ it leads to a potential loss in revenue as well. So त्यो एउटा कुरा most important कुरा नै भइहाल्यो organization को लागि. So when you look at the common challenges, number one or most important भनेको there's a huge amount of data coming in from multiple sources, multiple systems, हैन. So these सबै systems-हरु अब it can be any system. It can be your accounting system or ERP system, and it can be your inventory software of a customer relationship management of a banking कुरा गर्दा a core banking system-हरु होला हैन. So different solutions, different systems हरुबाट चाहिँ huge amount of data चाहिँ त्यसलाई accumulate गरेर त्यसबाट meaningful insight निकाल्नु त अलि परेको कुरा भयो. त्यसलाई manage गर्न, त्यसलाई एउटा streamline गर्न र organize गर्दैमा एकदमै धेरै time र effort जाने भएको भएर. So a lot of effort goes into managing the data rather than actually utilizing it in a meaningful way. त्यस्तै अब the quality of data that's coming in, so different sources हरुबाट आइरहेको data, how reliable is it, how accurate is it, हैन. त्यसको चाहिँ एउटा single source of truth नहुनु चाहिँ कम्पनीहरुको लागि निकै एउटा च्यालेन्जिङ कुरा पनि हो. सो त्यो डेटाको अथेन्टिसिटी हैन अनि त्यसमा अझ ह्युमन एरर्सहरु मिक्स गर्ने हो भने त्यो च्यालेन्ज चाहिँ एउटा स्नोबल इफेक्ट भएर एकदमै ठूलो प्रब्लमको रूपमा चाहिँ देखा परिरहेको हुन्छ. एन्ड नम्बर थर्ड इज obviously एउटा मिनिङफुल रिपोर्ट्सहरु, ड्याशबोर्ड्सहरु, स्पेशली यो चाहिँ एउटा डिसिजन मेकर्सहरुको पर्सपेक्टिभबाट अथवा म्यानेजमेन्ट टिम भनौं न, म्यानेजमेन्ट टिमले चाहिँ कुनै पनि एउटा डिसिजन गर्दाखेरि सबै इन्फर्मेसन एट अ ग्लान्स हेर्न पाऊँ भन्ने खालको एक्सपेक्टेसन हुन्छ. सो मोर अफन देन नट हाम्रो एम्प्लोइजहरुले चाहिँ कम्पनीले जस्तो खालको डेटा एक्सपेक्ट गर्छ अथवा म्यानेजमेन्टले जस्तो खालको डेटा चाहिँ एक्सपेक्ट गरिरहेको हुन्छ त्यो खालको डेटा डेलिभर गर्न नसक्नु. त्यो चाहिँ किन भन्दा which brings me to my fourth point. अब every time you have to prepare a report or dashboard हैन यसमा चाहिँ अब IT को हेल्प चाहिने भयो, त्यसपछि टेक्निकल सपोर्टहरु चाहिने भयो. It is always difficult to manage त्यो सबै कुरा आफैले म्यानेज गर्न चाहिँ एकदमै गाह्रो. सो सेल्फ सर्भिस रिपोर्ट क्रिएसन, ड्याशबोर्ड क्रिएसन पनि प्रब्लम भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यसले चाहिँ एउटा फाइनान्शियल र अपरेसनल डेटामा चाहिँ इनएफिसिएन्सी चाहिँ क्रिएट गरिरहेको हुन्छ हैन. अनि when it comes to financial and operational data, companies are most likely missing out on hidden bottlenecks within their business processes, within their own data and different departments communicate गर्ने issues data reconciliation, conciliation गर्ने problem and they're losing out on a lot of crucial opportunities. And at the same time, in the meantime, chances are that your employees are spending too much time copying and pasting a huge amount of data. And a huge amount of data copy paste pani garanu parcha, at the same time they're not actually getting the right results or right information. So this can also be one of the biggest issues in reporting. So this is where Insight Software as a company comes in. So also the co-organizer of this webinar series. Insight Software is a leading software company providing financial reporting and enterprise performance management solutions to companies and businesses across the globe. So if you look at their impressive track record, they have 28,000 plus businesses, let's say customers worldwide, and they have more than 100,000 users across 60 countries. They are a multiple award-winning company. And obviously, they have an excellent customer retention rate, 94%. You might say their customers, once they stick to them, they tend to stick to them for years. So now that we know who Insight Software are, today we'll look at two reporting solutions that Insight Software offer. यसमा Jet Reports र Jet Analytics भनेर दुईटा solutions चाहिँ हामीले पनि clientहरुको लागि नेपाल मार्केटमा ल्याउँदै आइरहेका छौं. And of course, I'm sure Michelle will give you a more detailed presentation of these later on, but I just wanted to provide an overview so you know what you are getting into. So the first Jet Reports, Jet Reports it's an advanced financial and business reporting solution that works right inside of your MS Excel. So using it's sort of an add-on just using Excel embed गरेपछि what it does it simply pulls all the financial and operational data from your various systems, various sources, and then it pastes them into your Excel. So यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ unlike traditional reporting, sorry, mic चाहिँ सबैजनालाई म्युट गर्न मैले अनुरोध गरे. कसैले अन गर्नु भएको छ भने प्लिज could you please mute your mics? Thanks. Okay, so unlike traditional reporting, and यसमा चाहिँ अब exporting अथवा manually copy paste गर्ने अथवा even programming skills को पनि necessity चाहिँ परेन. So what this means is यसमा चाहिँ तपाईले अब technical skill. Sorry, I was muted, right? So yeah, unlike traditional reporting, यसमा चाहिँ no exporting or copying or pasting or programming skills पनि चाहिएन. So which means that you do not need technical skills or IT assistance to create the reports or dashboards yourself. So sorry, is my screen visible? यसमा के errors आइरहेको जस्तो छ. Sorry, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. Yeah.
Yes, all good. You can carry on. Oops, I think, sorry, I'll just jump in. I think Rajat has some difficulty and he appeared to be offline. Sorry for the inconvenient causes. Perhaps, but he's trying to sort out, should we save time by switching it to me directly? I think that would be a greater idea to switch to me, and then I'll reserve some time for him when he's back in action later. Once he's online, then he will carry on to do the remaining slide. Well, I'm expecting him to actually introduce and hand over to me. Due to some difficulties, I'll introduce myself, and I'll also start by showing my screen here. So I believe you can see my first my presentation slides. And then once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate that all of you set this valuable time to join us today. So as introduced by Mr. Rajat earlier, I'm Michelle, based in Singapore office. I can recognize some familiar names here. Would like to take this opportunity to say thank you for your continuous support with us. And for the newcomers, I am with Jet, part of Insight Software, not 10, but 13 years, covering Asia region. So it has been a great journey for me, and we are grateful to work closely with all our valued partners, including Agile and customers in our region. So our goal is to deliver value and keeping our customers happy. So without further ado, let me start my presentation. So we know that CFO, finance leader, their team, and the support across IT operation department are the heartbeat to every organization. The role has evolved rapidly, and modern finance leader must now go beyond the traditional tasks to be able to deliver better for the business. The demand placed for finance team, and in some organization, the involvement of business analysts have never been greater. You have to be ahead to make safeguards against risk, lead a remote workforce, and make strategic business decisions faster than ever. All of these cause a lot of changes, and in fact, the Big Four recognize the CFO and finance leader team as the organization's most strategic asset. This is what we found from a recent survey published by FSN in 2020. 70% of senior finance leaders are unhappy with the amount of time they dedicate to data analysis. Why? Often, finance leaders are their best people spend too much time stuck in manual processes. And there is no surprise when you consider the huge amount of data that finance and accounting team process daily. These manual processes are often routed in static spreadsheet, which is time-consuming, error-prone, and not scalable. Then we factor in the unexpected, something like the pandemic of 2020. When the unexpected happened, the sluggish nature of manual process is amplified. More than just being limiting and frustrating, manual processes quickly prompt to be a serious liability, harmful ones to the business. We have grown significantly over the year with some acquisition, including Jet in place as well. So at Insight Software, we provide the agile solutions every organization needs to access their granular data and help them to deliver what the business requires, critical data analysis, to help accelerate decision making, to predict revenue growth, and most importantly, to develop meaningful, actionable insights that are essential to business success. And we do it better than anyone in the world. We are the best at extracting transactional level data from ERP system and present it in a model that users are comfortable with, such as Excel or web-based, for some who lean towards cloud focus. In Insight Software, our solutions are aligned to three components for the Office of Finance and Operation team to unlock data and automate processes from capital management, controllership, and finance planning and analysis. And each step tackle on the biggest challenges and drive positive outcome. Today, we will cover the essential needs of all business reporting and BI solutions from Jet. Should you have any immediate need on other stack of solution, please reach out to us and we are delighted to arrange another section. Before that, we have a question here for you today and appreciate if you can select the best fit for your current organization. Please let us know how are you currently doing your reporting. So I believe you will have the poll question pop up on your screen. You can just select the answer and then the screen will disappear. If not, just click on the main screen and that will hide as well. Now to move on, before that, thank you for the participation. Now, let me share how Jet resonates the challenges that most organizations are facing. So our global mission is to help companies turn their financial and operational data into better business outcomes that drive growth and return on investment, to provide business professionals like you visibility to your business and have control of your data. So some numbers are shown in the boxes, including we have 210,000 users in 94 countries. We are well recognized within the dynamic world for more than 18 years. The founder of Jet used to be a nav reseller. If you are not sure, nav used to call Navision is the old name of Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. We integrate with and on Microsoft technology, which I believe majority, if not all of us, are Microsoft users. glance to the right of my slides to share that, our corporate logo has rebranded as well, but rest assured that products still work perfectly from day one and moving forward. We have more than 15,000 companies around the globe, and here are our top 500. Our customers are mostly word of mouth, the long-term relationship with Microsoft, and our trusted partners. As you can see, we do have customers across different industries. Also look forward to having your company logo added here. Let's dive into the product tour and start seeing what Jet Reports can bring to your business. Jet Reports is essential. You should be using. Why? You have an ERP system which will handle the data entry and operations transactions. End of the day, you as a business user wants to see report, be able to analyze your business at your fingertips. Jet will make you a star. So Jet Report is a real-time reporting solution embedded inside Excel to get all the operational data and financial reporting you need in the format that works for you. So reports are saved in Excel, no limit on report creation, and a big cost saving when you upgrade your system because we provide reports portability. Imagine you have an in-house designers to design your customized report and automate it without copy and pasting again. No longer spending countless hours or days on reporting. Keep in mind also that there is no programming or coding required. Jet embedded with wizards inside Excel, and you can be trained as a designer in 24 hours. Ever relying on someone to send you the report you needed and keep waiting? Scheduler is one of the most popular features in Jet. So instead of relying on someone to run and send the report to you, Jet allows you to automate the report to be emailed out to the recipient. Set up trigger event where you will be notified when a sales rep close $1 million sales by end of the day. Trigger your CFO when the AR exceed 500,000, or send a sales forecast report to you on a weekly basis. Now, query the figures on the report. Jet allows you to drill down from the figure directly to see the detailed transaction. Last but not least, Jet to provide mobility, you can configure and deploy a web portal in-house to host, publish, and access your report on any device with a web browser. So as seen in this slide, Jet is a thin client application, an add-on that embedded inside Excel. We build connectors for any ODBC or OLE compliant database, NAV, as well as Business Central to be used on-prem or over the cloud. Jet Reports is a live connection that fully and closely integrated with Dynamics. It access to standard as well as any customization data. So we work hand in hand with Microsoft. Whenever Microsoft has a new release of PC or Excel version, we will ensure current version is compatible or release an update that is compatible. You can just download and easily upgrade to the latest version of Jet in-house. So I'm going to pause the slides here and show a live demo on Jet Reports. So I'm going to keep going. If you have any question, remember, just drop your question on the question box and we will address to you later. Now here is a list of the pre-built report that is compatible to run on NAS PC. You can slide through to select the report that you want. Report that consists of across different departments. You can double click on the report, and what it does is that it will basically open up the report that you want in Excel for you. Now, I believe you have a lot of you have multiple entities set up in your system. The perfect report for me to show is this consolidated P&L report. First thing you notice is that Jet is embedded. These are all the Excel ribbon and Jet embedded inside Excel. So in the Jet ribbon, you will notice that we have all wizards and icons here that be embedded inside Excel. So it allows you to connect to your data source, multiple data source if you need to, and to see a list of the companies. For this report, we are looking at P&L by company. As you can see here, I have company of my demo database Kronos UK and a company of my demo database Kronos US. I have tab to shows me my P&L by dimension drawing data from my demo database. So this report is presented in the format that I want to see inside Excel. You can see, when I mouse over to some of the cell, you can see here, I'm actually using Excel formula. As you can see on the formula bar here, where I'm actually using Excel formula of a summation. Keep in mind that you can use any Excel formula, such as what if, VLOOKUP to design your report. Now, let's say this report is showing me 2018 Q1 P&L. So if I would like to refresh this report to see, Q1 for 2019, just a scenario, all I need to do is just to click on this run button as a JET user, and this report option will prompt up. These parameters are created for your users to filter. In this case, you can see the report can be run for, different date period, different dimensions, or different company if needed. Now, let me just select the date of 2019. I'm going to keep it the same because I still want to see Q1. And what I'll do is I'll just select to run this report. So now what JET goes is that JET goes to my system to pull the latest information. Notice that the report is refreshed and presented in the same format, which provide you the agility to get real-time data up to date in a single click. As you can see, this is the income statement for 2019. Now, the next thing, if you realize, if you notice that, I select on any figures here, there's this small little cursor icon, right? So what it does is that when I click on this, it basically drew down and open NAV or BC application. So not only that, it also bring me to the detailed transactions that sum up of the figure. So you no longer need to puzzle where this figure derived from. You have total visibility with one click of a button in JET that highly integrated to NAV or PC or your ERP system. Now, recently, let me just go back to the report. So recently we released a new features requested by many customers. That is the integrations to words. So I have this report open. This is also one of the sample report. As you can see, there are different tabs. So I have this report to shows me my income statement by month. In this case, January to June, year to date here. I have another tab to shows me my income statement with charts and also my KPI itself. Now, if let's say, just a scenario to show you a game, in case you missed how I ran the report earlier, same thing for this particular report, I click on the run button, and this time round, I would like to run it for current month, which is August. So bear with me, I won't be able to run 2021 because of my demo data, but you can see these are the scenarios that you can filter on. So same thing, I'll just click to run. JET is smart to help me to refresh all the report in individual tab sheet to shows me by August. Now, what I'll do in addition to that is to click on this generate words document. So I have these options which allows to convert the report that I built in Excel into words. As I have already generated these words once, it will ask me with an option if I want to overwrite or save as. So in this case, I'm going to override it. So what JET do now is basically converting the report that I have in Excel into words. So these features will be very useful for those who submit reporting to management or present to board. Now let me open up the report in words. As you can see here, let me just increase the size of it. So you can see, instead of showing you it in Excel, I can predefine with my, and this can be, editable to include your company letterhead or header or company logo. And you can see this will be a nice format that you can save to just click on refresh to get this report updated on a monthly basis as and when you need. Now, let's see another report this report provides a manageable overview of the AR. And as you can see here, my AR KPI with my aging. I can also see, which are my top 8 largest invoices here, so that, need to make sure that we have the cash, receive the cash on time, and also to take action on which are the 8 oldest past due invoices. 8 is just something that I define on my own. It can be, it's designer definable. You can, manage it based on your company KPI, whether it's 8, 10, or 5. Move on to the next tab here. It's a separate workbook where you can see the customer details with the details of buckets. So I can expand it and you can see the detail of transactions. Actually, we run this report internally as well. So you can imagine to run this report. You can schedule this report. Keep in mind that you can schedule this report to run automatically, where your collection team will receive this report. Your collection team will receive this report on a monthly basis, whereas your sales rep will get this report only if they have customers with outstanding due. And it certainly increases productivity as you save hours for repetitive tasks or relying on someone, right? Last but not least, you can also upload the report to the JetHub. Now, let me quickly use one of the report wizards to show you how to design a report. So keep in mind that Jet comes with wizard and no coding or programming required. So here, I'm going to build a customer sales report by salesperson. So all I need is to select the tables I want. There is a search bar here where I can select the tables that I want. In this case, I want to build customer. So I'm going to select customer table. Now move on. It shows me a list of all the fields. I'll just select what I want to see in my report, which is my customer name. I would like to see my salesperson, sales amount, of course, and one more that I know I want, which is my profit. You can also organize the order of your report by just drag and drop accordingly. Click next is where you can add filter. Of course, I want to filter my report so that, I can filter by salesperson. So I can run individually for each salesperson if I need to, so that they can see their own respective report. I can run date. I can create a date filter so that, in this case, I only want to see 2019 sales. Okay, and perhaps I say one more, which I want my sales amount that is greater than 0. So I don't want to see all the customers that do not have any sales within the 2019 period. Now I can carry on to click a few filter, but I'm just going to go through, go to the next tab where it allows me to do grouping. So you can define whether you want to group the report or not. In this case, I really love to group it by salesperson so I can see the total by individual sales. I click next again, it allows me to sort the report. Yes, I would love to see my top customers from top to bottom. Click next again, it asks if I want to create, a grand total for my numeric field. Of course, I would love to. I'll just check both and I click next. Here will ask me as an option if I want to leverage to use Excel formatting. I love to. I'll just check it as well. So you can review the report if you need to. Otherwise, you will just click finish. Now, these are what your designers, Jet designers, will be trained in less than 24 hours, as I mentioned earlier. So you can just rerun the report. Now, what you're going to do is you can see this, and I just run the report itself. So when I click on the run button, these are the report options that I have predefined. Keep it as default and just run this report. So as you can see, when I run this report, it basically shows me my total sales by salesperson. I basically can expand it to see sales and the list of customers. So not only that, I can do further. I can also, change or format the report that I like. So what I'm going to do is I go to design mode, click on the home page, and I can, format the report based on what I would like. So in this case, I'm going to insert a column. I'm just going to format this with a $ value to make it nice. This time round, I would like to calculate. I just want to show you an example, that if let's say you want to put something with Excel formula. So this is how we do. It's just like how you normally do it, but instead of doing it every time when you need to update your report, you will just need to do it once here, as you can see. So by doing that, rerun this report. You can see basically the changes has applied based on what I created earlier. Not only that, it's embedded inside Excel. So if you need to, you can also select by inserting the Excel charts that you want to be created here. So I'm not going to spend too much time to basically beautify this, but just to give you some idea here, as you can see. Now, if let's say I rerun this report again, to show you the filtering works, let's say a scenario here that I only want to see PS sales. So I'm going to select PS and I'm going to rerun this report. So you can see, expand again. Here you go. This will be my, this will basically be my report itself. Okay. Now, let me just minimize this. So now let me just go back to my slides that I have a lot more to. Now let me come back to the slide to talk about Jet Analytics, our flagship report. Our modern reporting solution include visualization and also include all the functions within Jet reports. In fact, what we see these days are mostly Jet Analytics because users are built with a mindset that using not just reporting, but analytics will outcome your business as compared to your competitor. You make data-driven decisions faster instead of spending a couple of hours or countless hours to design the report. So with Jet Analytics, it's even more powerful, which provides significant performance improvement and govern data. The key here is design for user. Remove any need to understand the underlying data structure to design reports or dashboard in Excel or on the hub. Your viewers can easily use pivot to slice and dice the dashboard or even build from scratch by yourself without coding. It eliminates the manual activities and rapid time to value where you can get up and running less than a day with 100 over predefined report dashboard built for Microsoft Dynamics. Master data management, data warehouse automation for consistent analysis and govern on all resources of data for one version of truth. So without a second doubt, you can quickly see trends, discover relations, and identify issues. This is a big topic, and I will elaborate it further in the next webinar. Following on is easy consolidation. Jet out of the box consolidate data seamlessly across multi-company defined in your Microsoft ERP and present to you in a single report or dashboard. I will show sample in a live demo later. Lastly, low cost of ownership. I won't be covering the design part of a designer role today, but I want to let you know that it is basically a drag and drop platform with zero programming skill set. The Jet Data Manager can connect to a wide variety of data sources through the CData connectors. So we have customers connect to like Shopify, Google Sheet, social platform like Facebook or YouTube. This is a slides to be covered and explained in next week's section. Jet Analytics is basically your reporting database that consolidate raw data and transform into meaningful data in a data warehouse and OLAP cube to be deployed on-prem or hosted privately on cloud. So again, let me just stop here. and move to the live demo. So just to make sure we tidy up, I'm going to close what I've presented earlier just to share a clean screen here. So I want to show you the difference here. And first thing first, this is the sales dashboard that is pre-built of the sales cube. Same thing, you will still see the drag ribbon embedded here, but this time around, I'm going to just minimize to show you a better view of my dashboard. So as you can see here, this is a sales dashboard. I have different graphs, shows me different key metrics. Of course, here I have my sales and gross profit over the time. I have different pie with my sales to see across different category, country, my dimension as well as salesperson. Of course, at the baseline here, you can see on my left-hand side, I have what we call a slicer, which allows me to further slice and dice the dashboard based on what I would like to see. So given a scenario, I have two companies here. Of course, this dashboard shows me, my total group sales. If I want, at any point of time, I can just filter to see sales belongs to US. I can go further to say that, I only want to see sales for year 2019. So if I only concern of perhaps, my corporate sales instead of event and sport, I can select corporate. And this time round, when I select corporate, you can see the dashboard basically filter to shows me only corporate sales. So this also shares with me that, this also tells me that, in corporate, I only have these 3 salesperson that self-incorporate, which look at the last pie here, I know that, Linda are basically contributing almost 70% by selling the corporate product. So I can go further to see in detail if I want to by selecting that, a specific item category if I want to as well. So basically, what you can achieve here as a jet viewer is to slice and dice and analyze your data. So you can also go further to say that I only want to see sales that belongs to Canada, for example. So data will just refresh and shows me the detail as I want to see here. At any point of time, if you would like to see everything, very simple, just release the filtering that you have pre-set up, and you are good to go to receive the whole report with the latest information. Now, you might be wondering, it looks simple with the pre-built dashboard, but how easy it is for me to build it from scratch? Or given a scenario like today, we are sitting in the meeting room and we would like to analyze our sales data on the fly. So what I'm going to do now is going to open a new workbook here and show you how it is to actually build it. So as mentioned, it's given a scenarios that, we are in a sales meeting with, all your sales team and your management. Let's see how our business is doing. So all I need to do is just to come into this jet and click on this pivot table. So this basically allows me to connect to the pre-built cube, or this cube can be modified by your designer, can be enhanced by your designer as well. Today, just to share with you is that I'm a super user where I have access to all the cube. Eventually, when you deploy or roll out Jet Analytics, ideally you will only want your salespersons to see the sales cube. So this permission setup can easily be done in Jet Analytics, where your sales director will see everything in the sales cube, your salesperson will only see sales within his region or his customer. So by doing that, I'll just select OK. So once I click OK, you will see pivot table. You will see this pivot table. So I like to think that 95% of us like pivot table. That's easy to use. So in the event, if you do not like pivot, you can still use other wizard to design or even do it in Power BI. Now you can see this will be the cube. In this case, I'm using sales cube. Keep in mind that we now as a business user don't need to check through the tables and fields, do not need to know which are the actual tables, link from tables to tables or field. So we can start seeing measurements and sets of dimensions that you have defined in your system. Let me start by creating my dashboard by selecting, I would like to see my sales amount, I would like to see my cost, I would like to see my profit percentage in this case. So if you can see, by just selecting the three field itself, my report basically pull out my total sales, my amount, and my profit percentage. Of course, I would like to see a breakdown by item. So I can just scroll down to select the breakdown by item that I want to. So here you can see the sales breakdown by item. You can do further. Let me just zoom in so you can see better. So you can do further by expanding it to see your product group. By expand again to see baseball cap, I can see by individual item. So remember, double click on it. You can also see the detailed transactions from that. Okay. So not only that, you can also add in additional information that you want. So in this case, if you have multiple companies, a very big value here is that you can add companies into the report easily, as you can see on my screen. So it really depends on how you would like to analyze, whether you want to group your item by company, or it makes more sense to move my companies to column. So in addition to that, you can easily insert slicer to filter as what you see in my previous dashboard. So in this case, I'm going to just select additional information that I want. So you can add in your dimensions that you have created, like your department, your cost center, your campaign, your locations, I'm going to just select my year. I'm just going to select my salesperson, and perhaps just one more which I'm going to select is my item category. So you can create any selection if you need to. So I'm not going to spend too much time to insert this, but just to give you an idea, the filtering will just easily be selected from here. So if I want only 2019 sales, I can select it, which is 2019. It will just filter 2019 sales. If I want only to see John sales, I can select John sales if I want to. So you can, in this case, if I say that no, I don't have to split by company. If I want, as mentioned earlier, it really allows you to integrate with the graph. So I'm just going to insert a graph here, as you can see. So once I insert, any point of time, if I select Linda, it will show me Linda, Mary, and everyone you can see from here. So once this is ready, it can be shared. You can schedule it again, or you can upload it to the hub. Okay, so now let me just quickly jump to the hub to show you a quick glance on, how you can see the reports on the hub. Just wanted to let you know that Jet Dashboard that is included in Jet Analytics without additional cost as well. So here is where you can open the hub using a web browser, any web browser. You can log in with your AD or Office 365 login. Let me just expand the screen here. So once you log in, it will basically show you a list of all the reports that you have uploaded to the hub. So the hub will also allow you to upload report, group it into a folder, select the report if you need to rerun it online if you need to, or even set up to be shared with other colleagues if you want to as well. So in the hub, you can choose to filter the report. You can open the report online or even download it. So if you choose to do it online, technically you don't need to install Jet on your machine. Now let me quickly switch to the dashboard, which is an add-on that complementary in Jet Analytic license. So for dashboard, you can see these are just some of the preview dashboard that I added on my demo machine. So you can basically select the dashboard that you want to see. So for you can have 3 or 5 dashboard belongs to your sales department. So when your salesperson log in, he or she will only see the 3 dashboard. From management level, you can see which are the dashboard that you basically needed or wants to see. In this example, as you can see, I'll basically see my dashboard for my salesperson. So as I mentioned, I have rights to see everything, and I can filter to see all sales across all my salesperson. In this case, I can also filter the date period to see a specific period if I want to. So just for my sample report here, sample dashboard here, I have created the posting date by year. Of course, just to share with you, you can filter it by year, by month, by week, by days if you need to as well. So you can, as a user, define the theme that you want to see in your dashboard, personal preference if you need to. You can slide through and you can see some threshold that you can make in this case. So as you can see here, overall, we are doing good at a glance. We are hitting, above our business goal, which is 42.2%. If you want to, you can also select, for example, what if I only want to see Mary sales? Okay, so just bear with me. For this demo purpose, I actually install it on my local machine, but just keep in mind this dashboard and the data warehouse, everything will be hosted on your server, which will be a more powerful engines to actually filter and refresh the dashboard. So you can see here, right, when I select Mary, just an example, if Mary log in, immediately she will see her KPI. So she knows that she's not hitting her business goal, which is below in red. Of course, here at a glance, she can see her top 10 customer, top 10 item, and she will need to work out with the customers, with her favorite customers to see how she can boost her sales to achieve her business goal. So with that, I will, we have really limited time today. So with that, I will just go back to the slides. Now let's move on to what's next.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. Thank you for your lovely presentation. Sorry, everyone, there was some issue with my audio, so I had to drop off in the middle. Thankfully, Michelle took over, and hopefully you learned a lot about JET and its benefits. So I will point out again that this is a two-part webinar series. So आजको हाम्रो first session चाहिँ अलिकति superficial, अलिकति overview खालको थियो भने अबको हाम्रो next event जुन चाहिँ August 16th 2 बजे हुँदैछ। त्यसमा चाहिँ हामीले अलिकति डिपर इनसाइट र अलिकति डेमोको पनि निटिग्रिटीमै डिटेलमै गएर हेर्नेछौँ। सो मिशेल विल बी जोइनिङ अस अगेन फर द सेसन नेक्स्ट विक। त्यो दिनजेलको लागि चाहिँ अघि मैले भनिहालेँ, यु डोन्ट निड टु रेजिस्टर अगेन। हामी यसको फेरि एउटा लिङ्क क्रिएट गरेर चाहिँ हजुरहरूलाई त्यो मेल पठाउनेछौँ। एन्ड यति भन्दै अब नेक्स्ट इभेन्टको हाम्रो एजेन्डा भनेको चाहिँ it is to learn about the positioning of Power BI with Jet Analytics and Jet Reports. जस्तै आज हामीले एनालिटिक्स र रिपोर्ट्सको हेऱ्यौँ भने अब त्यसलाई पावर बिआई भन्ने बित्तिकै यसमा भिजुअलाइजेसनको कुराहरू आउँछ हैन। सो रिपोर्ट बिल्डिङ, ड्याशबोर्ड जेनेरेसनको कुराहरू चाहिँ कसरी पावर बिआई अलाइन हुन्छ जेटसँग चाहिँ, हाउ इट मेक्स अप फर अ एक्सलेन्ट सोल्युसन भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ हामीले त्यति बेला हेर्छौँ। र अलिकति डिप डाइभ इन्टु डिजाइनहरू पनि हामीले हेर्छौँ हैन, अलिकति ग्राफिकल इन्टरेक्टिभ वेमा। र त्यसपछि अर्को भनेको चाहिँ हाम्रो कन्सोलिडेटिङ डेटा फ्रम मल्टिपल सोर्सेस एन्ड डिफरेन्ट सिस्टम्स भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ यो सबै कुराहरू हाम्रो नेक्स्ट इभेन्टको चाहिँ एजेन्डा हो। सो आई जस्ट वान्टेड टु पोइन्ट द्याट आउट। अनि यसको बारेमा अरू कुनै क्वेरिजहरू छ भने चाहिँ हामी आई थिङ्क वी क्यान मुभ अन टु Q&A सेसन हामी कुरी पनि राख्छौँ। सो नाउ द्याट वी आर टुवर्ड्स द एन्ड अफ द सेसन, हामीले कतिवटा ह्यान्ड रेज पनि भइरहेको जस्तो लाग्यो यता अडियन्सबाट, अर क्वेसन सोध्न खोज्नु भएको थियो। सो यसमा चाहिँ के क्वेसन्सहरू छ भने यु क्यान राइट देम डाउन आई थिङ्क इन द च्याट बक्स। क्वेसन्सहरू अहिलेसम्म कुनै पनि देखिएको छैन।